To edit the intersection objects, you might find it helpful to temporarily hide the corridor object. This will allow you to more easily see and select the intersection marker and the intersection alignments. To edit the intersection object, use the contextual menu. Using the contextual tools, you can edit the offset and curve return alignments along with the lane slope and curve return profiles. To change the lane width through the intersection, select Edit Offsets. If the offset alignments were auto-created, you can change the offset distance. In the tool palette, enter a new offset value and the offset alignment in your drawing file will be updated. When you are finished with the edits, you can close the tool palette. To change the radius values on the curve return alignments, select Edit Curve Returns. In the tool palette, enter the new radius for each quadrant in your intersection. Changing the curve return parameters will immediately be reflected in your drawing file. When you are finished, close the tool palette. After editing the intersection objects, you will need to rebuild the corridor. You can select Recreate Corridor Regions from the contextual ribbon to reapply the assemblies and to apply any of your recent edits. If the target surface is empty, make sure to select it from the drop list. And if the assemblies are not mapped correctly, you can browse and select the assembly set that was created previously. Notice the warning message that appears below. If you have previously edited the corridor, those changes will be lost. If this is OK, click Recreate. To make your corridor visible again, you can end the object isolation in your drawing file. Corridors that are created from the intersection can be edited directly, like other symmetry corridors. Editing a corridor will result in two objects no longer being in sync. If you plan to edit the corridor, make sure you not to recreate corridor regions like shown previously. To edit the corridor, you can use the contextual menu. In the corridor properties on the parameters tab, use the graphical cues to inspect the corridor regions. Selecting the baseline will highlight in the corridor and it will select the corridor region. If you are having issues in a region, you can first identify the region, then use the adjacent tool to make your refinements. To get better accuracy in the curve return region, use a similar frequency. After making an edit, you can click Apply, then rebuild the corridor on the spot. Identify another region that you want to edit, then use the ellipsis button to make the refinements. If you are having issues with targeting, you can review the targets. Two alignment targets are used in the curve return region to control the pavement width as the curve returns assemblies sweep through the intersection. Likewise, the respective profiles for those alignments are targeted under the slope and elevation targets. Inspect the other corridor regions to notice any other problems or changes that you want to make. When you are all set, click OK to rebuild the corridor. When the corridor finishes updating, make sure to save your drawing file. The alignments and profiles that were created by the intersection object can be edited directly to make refinements to the intersection model. If editing these features, make sure not to recreate the corridor region. To view the curve return profile that was created by the intersection, use the alignment contextual tools to add as a profile view in your drawing file. Once the curve return profile is visible, you can select it to reveal the PVI grids. To make refinement to the profile, you can use the grips or use the edit profile geometry. In some instances, you may need to insert vertices for catch basin that you want to locate on the curve return. Set the elevation grid for the new PVI. When you are finished with edits, rebuild the corridor. If the corridor was hidden using the isolated tools, make sure to end the object isolation. When you are finished with the edits, make sure to save your drawing file.